Hello, this is Minuk. Hi, I'm here to talk to you about how to raise a dog. Have you ever wanted to raise a dog before, but you weren't sure what you need to know and what it takes to raise a dog? There are a lot of people that just struggle and give up on their dog halfway and throw them out on the street. That's often. I also had a friend who had a puppy, adopted a puppy that wasn't trained, of course. It was a little puppy, which made him struggle, and eventually he just sent him away. There are a lot of dogs out on the streets that were pets to some people that got abandoned by their owners because those people weren't lacking responsibility and not knowledge. If you know that you can do two things for your dog, you'll have great memories with your dog. Knowing these things will help you determine whether you can afford one or not. People say that it takes responsibility, but what does it really take? What does it really take? First, time is what most people struggle to spend for their dog. This is hard for a lot of people because their jobs and pet isn't their first priority when people get back to their home. When you first consider adopting a dog, you need to spend time to learn about the dog that you're trying to adopt. You need to spend time to learn the environment that the dog requires, the living in. What it eats, how to groom, and everything like that. You can check those things simply just online, or you can talk to a veterinarian who specializes in dogs. And you need to be able to spend time playing with your dogs, walk them outside, and everything like that. That's one of the best ways to get friendlier and get it obedient enough to train the dog. If you don't spend time with the dog, sometimes your dog will do things to just to get your attention. Those things won't be the things you want them to do most of the time. And a lot of times your dog will get sick if you don't take care of it. So you need to take your dog to a veterinarian to get it checked on. And not only when your dog is sick, you need to time to time you need to take it to your veterinarian and get it checked up. Just so you know your dog is okay. And there's another big thing that you need to consider before adopting a dog or raise a dog. Secondly, spending money is second biggest thing that people have problem with. People really underestimate how much it really costs to raise a pet or a dog. Like I mentioned, providing a right environment may cost money depending on what breed it is. Sometimes they have a thick coat, then you need to give them a cooler environment. Sometimes it's too thin, no hair at all. You need to be able to provide the heat and all that stuff. Size of the dogs might differentiate the food they eat. Bigger dogs eat, of course, the bigger food. Smaller one, they might choke on the bigger food if you try to feed the same thing. And of course, you need to get toys or something to entertain them with. Just like people, they need to be able to work on something, get entertained, or it will be stressed, and there will be another thing to get it checked out by veterinarian if you leave them like that. And collar with the ID tag is also a great important thing that you need to buy in case of your dog running off, and somebody may find it and call you. But if you don't, you'll spend much more time, harder time to find your dog. And if you adopt a dog, you might need to hire a trainer, because sometimes if you adopt a dog, there are chances that previous owner left the dog with a bad habit or trauma for a long time that probably you can't fix by yourself. There's that. When your dog gets sick or gets hurt, if you have a smaller dog, they tend to be more expensive because the smaller dogs have more fragile body than the bigger ones, so they're more expensive. Also depends on how rare of a breed it is too. Now that I've mentioned all that you need to know, and let's go over what I mentioned. So we talked about two most important things that it takes to raise a dog. One, it was to spend time and get friendly with the dog, so you can train it and get it obedient enough. Two, know that it will cost more than you think. People always underestimate how much it's going to cost. And all the dogs out on the street, okay. All the dogs out there on the streets and the rescue centers, they also once had their owners who promised to love them. But I hope that this speech here today can help you decide to make the right choice on adopting a dog or not. Oh, and here's a handout on the local veterinarian clinics and trainers that I know of. And thank you for listening.